Hey VC, how we doing? Adam here from The Freight. I wanted to do a quick video on feature 4 of the recent pickups I got from that Sounder vinyl sale at the end of last year, 2024. It was a 50% off sale, and I bought a good amount of stuff from that 50% off sale. I got a lot of soul jazz, blues jazz, funk jazz kind of stuff. And I wanted to share 4 records that I picked up with you guys that I think are really great examples of that genre. And if you guys are looking to get into that genre, this is a great entry point. And it's, in my opinion, this is also, this genre of jazz is a good entry point into jazz in general. Kind of warms you up a little bit, and then you can kind of branch out into your Miles Davis's kind of the bop stuff, and then evolve through that way. I think that's a very sort of palatable way to do it if you're not into jazz and you're looking to get into jazz. I really love, I love jazz, I do. I went to Berklee College of Music, and we learned a lot about jazz, whether we liked it or not. So it's definitely, it's in me. But it's not, I'm not a jazz musician at all. Don't consider myself a jazz musician at all. But I definitely appreciate jazz and all the amazing musicians in jazz. But I do gravitate, I find myself gravitating more towards the soul jazz and the blues jazz now as I get older. I just love the melodies that you find so much. And I love the blues form that a lot of soul jazz has. I certainly identify, with the blues very much going back to when my early love of music, rhythm and blues music, is a love of mine. So when I hear it, these wonderful jazz musicians taking the form to the next level, that to me is jazz. Any music that has an evolution of musicians taking something to another level, to me that becomes jazz, whether it's jazz or not. Anyway, there's my little rant, but I think that might give a little perspective. If you're looking to get into jazz, these are maybe some entry points that are really great. The first one, The Cat, Jimmy Smith. Okay, this is part of the Verve Acoustic Sound Series, which I think is a fantastic series. I think it rivals the Tone Poets. It's about the same price. I don't remember the exact price. Again, I got these for 50% off, but they are fantastic. This one's mastered by Ryan K. Smith, who honestly is probably my favorite mastering engineer, right up there with Kevin Gray. Ryan K. Smith's amazing. He's actually who we're hoping to master our record, but that's a side note. But anyway, Jimmy Smith, The Cat. This is amazing. Okay, this is Jimmy Smith. Really, really powerful record. Jimmy Smith is an organist who is this big, huge sound, powerful, playing beautiful melodies, but just rips when the time comes and the song calls for it. What's really cool about this one is this record in particular has some songs from movies of the time. This came out in '64, I believe. 64, I'm pretty sure that was. This has some movie themes in it, okay? Let's see which one it is. Like the theme from Joy House kicks it off. So this has, the reason why I tell you that, and there's a couple of other movie themes here. The reason why I tell you that is because some of these have really big scores in them. And when I say big scores, I mean that they have some big band arrangements. Big band is the wrong word. It's not like, I'm not talking about swing music. I'm just talking about it has some strings elements, and it has, some horn elements in it. And it's wonderful. This is powerful. This is bluesy. This is soul jazz, really at its finest. And what's cool about this is you're talking about 1964. So it kind of, it's the early points, I would say, not beginning points, but early points of the kind of the bluesy soul jazz thing that's really starts happening in the 60s. I would say it's kind of like the blues jazz thing starts happening in the 60s, which is has this, and then it's got that soul thing going, and then it goes into soul, and then you get that soul funk thing going, that soul jazz thing going into the 70s. I really love this evolution of jazz music, and this is a really great example. I can't recommend this enough. Mastered by Ryan K. Smith, sounds amazing. Can't recommend it enough. Really fantastic. The Verve series in general, the Acoustic Sound Verve series is great. So that leads me to my next record. This is actually a Blue Note classic, which was also part of that sale that I was able to get, which is awesome. This came out in December of 2024, but I just picked it up. I mentioned it in the pickup video, but I now have had a chance to listen to it. Excuse me. This might be my favorite Grant Green record that I own. I probably have, I'd say, at least half a dozen, at least, in other records that feature Grant Green. This might be my favorite Grant Green record. It's really good. Came out in 1971. It's called Visions. This is part of the Blue Note Classic series. You can still get it. This record is awesome. Mastered by Kevin Gray, who does all the classic series and Tone Poets. This is really, really good. I'll show you the front cover here. The back cover. You got the Blue Note reproduction vinyl. They do such a good job with their vinyl. It's all, I haven't had any issues with it, knock wood. They've all been flat, all been quiet. Sounded fantastic. So this record with Grant Green is really interesting. It's 1971. So, he's very well established at this point in 1971. And this record really takes some steps out of the sort of bop, hard bop, soul kind of thing going on in the 60s, and kind of like dips its toe into that little more soulful territory that the 70s bring on, and it's really cool. Very accessible. Grant Green's on fire in this record. Really amazing guitar playing. Grant Green's one of my favorite jazz guitarists. This is a guitar player. If you want to get into jazz that has guitar in it, definitely listen to some Grant Green. He's someone who had I don't know if he started on Blue Note or not, but he had some Blue Note releases and some earlier jazz releases from the late 50s, early 60s, really. And then, kind of went on from there, obviously. This is 1971, so this is a cool evolution in his career. Really great record. Can't recommend this enough. Blue Note Classic, you can still get it. This is, Blue Note Classic's a great series. Around $28, new, and, you get a record mastered by Kevin Gray, sounding as good as it can sound, which is great. Okay, I should have two more to show you. This one, okay, so this is the Verve by Request series. This is a great little series, too. It kind of goes under the radar a little bit. This is pressed at Third Man Records, which is Jack White's plant. I believe it's in Nashville, but I'm not sure. It could be Detroit. I don't even know where it is, but it's at Third Man, probably Nashville. And this is a really good series. I have quite a few of this series, and they always surprise me pleasantly. To me, they're not like, I would say they're, quote unquote audiophile, whatever, but they're not like necessarily to the Tone Poet standard, and they're like approaching more like the Blue Note Classic quality level, which is great. When I say that, I just mean by like the jacket and everything. Let me show you the label so you can see what the label looks like. Verve by Request. So if you see that, it's the every title that I have in this series is really good and worth listening to. So again, I got this as part of that 50% off sale. All these records were part of that sale. So let me show you. First, I'll show you the vinyl. What's cool about this? This is on the kind of smaller jazz label Argo, which I believe was a subsidiary of one of the big ones. I'm not sure if it was a subsidiary of Atlantic or what have you, but it's pretty, the quality is unbelievable, like really heavy vinyl. The sound on this was great. Really fantastic. Again, pressed at Third Man. And what's cool about this record, this is really great. This is called The In Crowd by the Ramsey Lewis Trio. All right. This one's from 1963. This is a live recording. So Ramsey Lewis Trio, this isn't organ music, this is piano. He's playing the piano in this, and it is awesome. It is huge piano sound, and the variety of music on this is really great. And it's all melodic, it's all super accessible, and it really walks a few different lines of between jazz, soul jazz, kind of blues jazz, and it even has a couple of movie themes actually in this on this title as well. So you have some of those, like there's one point where the bass player plays cello instead of bass in the song, and it's really beautiful. And he's playing these beautiful piano lines that are almost, you know those big lush sort of movie scores that are very dynamic and up and down, lots of dynamics on this record, and it's really great. And you can hear him play the cello with the beautiful piano going on. But what's cool is that's not like the whole record. That's just like a couple of songs do that. Some of them are really just grooving songs, and you get awesome like audience interaction. Like you hear people go yeah, it's awesome. It's really kick-ass record. Definitely recommend this. So this isn't a gatefold. This is a good kind of comparison. It's not the heaviest jacket, kind of light cardboard, but whatever, it's fine. This is in I think it's in like the $24 to $30 range when you buy them new. Again, I got them half price on that sale, but I can't recommend this enough. It's really great, very accessible. That's why the purpose of this video is to give you 4 examples of like super accessible kind of soul bluesy jazz that is really awesome stuff. Can't recommend this one enough. Good variety on this one too. This will get you into a couple of different areas of jazz too, and not quite just the bluesy kind of soul jazz. Really great record. Okay, last one I want to share with you. Again, from the Verve by Request series. I'll show you, actually, let me show you this label. This is cool. I'll show you this first. So this is Soul Sisters, Gloria Coleman and Paula Roberts. You see the Impulse label here. Really great reproduction there. Awesome heavyweight vinyl. Sounds fantastic. Again, pressed at Third Man down in Nashville. I'll show you this record. Soul Sisters. So this is a Gloria Coleman quartet record, and it features Paula Roberts on drums. You can see there's Gloria Coleman, there's Paula Roberts. This is a fantastic record. This is very accessible jazz, soul jazz, blues jazz from 1963, I believe. Maybe came out in 64, but it's right in that time period. I recorded it at Rudy Van Gelder Studios. He was the original engineer. So it's going to sound great, and it does sound great. What's great about this that I didn't even realize when I bought it, right? I put it on, and I'm listening, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Grant Green plays guitar on it, and I didn't even realize that. I bought it without knowing Grant Green was the guitar player on this record. And it was familiar right away because Grant Green's style is very familiar, and it's unique and it's awesome. And I heard it, and you get these awesome this heavy airy organ. Her organ playing has a lot of air in it. It's really cool sound. And Paula Roberts drums. She really swings awesome. It's great. And Grant Green's guitar came in, and I'm like, oh, that sounds familiar. And sure enough, I look, Grant Green on guitar. Really great record, very accessible, very awesome. I'll show you the inside here. Pictures of the musicians. Cool write-up about how it happened. They met each other at a jam one night late, had a great time together, and then I'm talking about Gloria Coleman and Paula Roberts. And, one thing led to another. They ended up recording this album. And Grant Green, I guess, had recorded with Gloria Coleman quite a bit before. So it's very common that they were playing together. But, yeah, just really great, really great music on this. Soul Sisters. Verve by request. I think this is a series to check out that's well worth your time. Okay, that's it. I wanted to show you those 4 records. Those are 4 examples of recent pickups in the kind of soul jazz, bluesy jazz genre that I wanted to share with you guys that I really love. Again, I think this is a really great way for people to enter the world of jazz. And I say that, you might, and some people who are like, you know, real jazz heads or whatever, might like, you know, scoff at some of the, you know, soul jazz stuff and how it went. And, you know, screw that. You like what you like. This is beautiful jazz music. Don't let anyone tell you any differently. Anyone playing music at a level like this and is improvising, creating beautiful melodies, creating beautiful, you know, music, and just creating. It's making art. It's beautiful, and it's super accessible. And I've gone down a lot of the other jazz roads, and I come back to this. You know, it's very satisfying to listen to this music and to these musicians do this music at this level, because it lets you know that no matter what music you like, it can be done at, you know, the craziest of high levels, and it's just a beautiful thing. All right, so there's I've rambled enough. There's my little soul jazz introduction of some recent pickups. Please like and subscribe if you made it this far. It means a lot to me. Gonna do a lot more videos this year, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.